Jessica here from Just Give Me Jesus, and I'm coming to you here today continuing to work on 15 days of creativity, and today we're working with kitchen paper. And here I have my color journal that I still haven't posted a video on, but I will, made out of Deli Paper and Distress Oxide ink sprays. So I tore out one that I thought I would kind of start with, and I'm just tearing it apart to work on collaging it. And Deli Paper is a fun paper. It's got a different texture to it, but it's super light and airy, easy to work with and collage with. And that Distress Oxide is Walnut Stain, I think. And I'm gonna actually smush some peeled paint onto that graph paper right there. And there's nothing wrong with that graph paper. I just pulled it out and wadded it up because I thought that would look kind of neat. And I like that anything that adds a little texture. And I honestly should have stopped right there, but I didn't, because I'm not good at that. I mean, really, it's enough, right? It's never enough. Anyway, so now I'm pulling out the walnut stain, and I'm realizing that that is soaking straight through that graph paper. So I need to dry it and get that taken care of. And I did speed it up here so that it would be super fast, because drying can be a little boring. It's like watching water boil. So I'm going to squish a little bit of this walnut stain on top of that peeled paint, and I'm just going to be honest, I don't like it. It is not the color scheme I was thinking it would turn into. It just looks yuck. I mean, it would probably be great for fall, but that was not what I was going for here. And I'm kind of thinking kitchen and that, ew. I don't want any of that kind of food. Not really. I did not go with the kitchen thing, so don't let me pretend like I did. I just used some Deli Paper. I was really going to try and get super creative and pull out some tin foil and do it in the texture lit, impression lits by Sizzix, but I didn't. So anyway, there's that. Maybe I will at some point in time. I'm gluing that down. Still haven't found my glue stick. I know where they are. I just was lazy and I didn't want to get up and get them. So I'm just gluing that to the edge of the page, and I'm going to add a little bit more to the top so that it's more appealing to the eye. I'm just smoothing it out because I'm real bad about sticking things down and not making sure they're actually on the page good. Another neat thing about Deli Paper is that it is kind of neat on the other side. Like it doesn't really resemble the top at all. You have like some really deep colors, but you don't see any of that oxidation. Yeah, that's it. Oxidation on the bottom. Again, just smoothing that out. And I'm like looking down at it going, no, that's hideous. So what do I say when things are bad or you make a mistake? Put some paint on it. You can always add a little paint. So that's just some white gesso, Dina Wakely white gesso. And I'm just going to kind of scrape that around a little bit. And I still don't like it. It's okay. It's okay. Things are usually ugly before you get done, right? I think Melissa says that. It's Melissa that says that, right? Pretty sure Mel says that. It's so funny when I speed that up in that little hair dryer, shake it back and forth. Hilarious. So now I'm adding some distress paint, and that's in worn lipstick. And I'm just it's pink and it's pretty. So I'm just adding a little bit of that to make it, to kind of cover up that ugly green and brown. Green and brown together is not ugly. That one was. Okay. I'm not saying all are ugly. If your page is green and brown, it's probably beautiful. My page is ugly. So, now I just got to dry that out before I do my little collage on the top. One thing I've liked about this is I am starting with my tray every time, that enamel tray. And I like that because it really is kind of limiting me to what I'm using. And I'm not going, oh, what am I going to put here? What am I going to do there? Like, I've kind of got it laid out a certain amount, or at least I pulled a few things that I think could go together. And I'm using that tag that I showed yesterday that I inked the edges around. Like, I really love that. And then that is a old picture slide from Pink Paper Peppermints. And the My Heart of Thanksgiving, I can't remember what year, but that will be linked below. I think it was not 1990, 2019. And then that's a butterfly I made with a Tim Holtz die. And I used some Distress Glaze and Distress Crayon on it. And I love it. So pretty. So I'm just inking around the edge of that slide because we all know I like it when it's inked, right? No, I never ink anything. I add a little pink to it. And y'all, I hope I didn't ruin my stamp pad. See what I did there? I squished a foamy on top of it. So I'm kind of rubbing it off. And the more that ink kind of comes to the top, it's looking better. Maybe I didn't ruin it. So I'm just kind of playing around, seeing what I like, seeing what kind of looks good to the eye. And that's some Simple Stories washi tape. I think I actually have that in my shop. It'll be linked below too, but it's so pretty. It's got some floral, and I just wanted to add that to the white around that picture so that it didn't look just solid. I wanted a visual texture there. I'm just playing around with the pieces to see how they look, you know, where I want them, how they fit together. It's kind of like a puzzle piece, and I like for them to, when I look at it for my eyes to smile, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like I know when I look at it, I think, oh, I like that, or oh, something's not right there. So I'm taking some scraps from pieces that I've collaged with over the last couple of days, and I'm just adding those behind that little collage, and I'm really starting to like how this looks because that's just adding the different elements that I think it needs, and it's just putting lots of little bits in there. And it's pulling out a little piece of that deli paper, that little brown kind of triangle shard thing there, and I wanted, that was kind of the focus of this. So I'm adding that deli paper back to the collage. And that is lined chart paper. I love that. It's so versatile. That's more of an office paper, but that's okay too, right? That's that deli paper. It almost there looks like bark. It reminds me of my river birch bark that I love, that I think I have put in every collage that I make right now. So I'm just gluing my pieces down because if I get too far, then I forget how I want things to be done, and it bothers me because then I don't remember what to do. I know some people take a picture of it after they've laid it out, and then they're like, they can look back at their picture, but me, nah, who has time for that? Plus, if I'm videoing, then my phone is up above me, so I can't really take a picture. Guess I could look back at the video, but that would require time too. So I'm curious if anybody, there's some river birch bark. I love that stuff. Love that stuff. I'm curious if anybody has tried the kitchen paper and what you ended up using. Did you get creative, or did you stick with parchment paper or deli paper? But okay, so I put that bark there because a butterfly needs bark, right? I think that's perfect. If it's not a flower, it's on a tree now. And I love that. But then I decide that it needs just a little something else. Y'all, I just need to stop with a little something else sometimes. But I decided I wanted to use one of these itty bitty mini paper clips, tiny paper clips I think they're called, from Tim Holtz. And, oh wait, no, I'm going to write first. But you'll see what happens when I put the paper clip on in a minute. So if I'm writing something and I want it to look decent, then I usually write in pencil first. And I should have sped this up a little bit, but I forgot. I don't like my handwriting. I know a lot of people feel that way and they get frustrated when they write, and I'm the same. I do better, though, if I can do it in pencil. That way, if I don't like something, I can change it a little bit when I come back in pen. And I'm just writing here, He has made me new. And then I'm going to just say, thank you, Lord, because honestly, I am so thankful for what He's done in my life and in my heart. There's nothing that compares to salvation and His new creation. There's nothing I could do to make myself new. There's nothing that I can do to earn salvation. It's all from His grace, and I'm super thankful for that. So I'm going back over my pencil lines with a Sharpie pen. I like the Sharpie pens. Have you tried those yet? They're pretty neat. They work really well too. They write easily, and I like that. I know a lot of people struggle with liking their handwriting, but I definitely do. And I did 2 different fonts there. I like it when I have 2 different fonts. Not that they're technically a font, but in my world they are. And I've decided that I need to use one of them itty bitty little paper clips. And I want it to go up under there like it's holding those 2 pieces together. And I was being difficult. Like, come on now. Just, I don't know why I couldn't see what I needed to do at that point in time. I needed to turn it around because when I put paper clips on paper, I do it from the top down, right? That's the easiest thing. That was so simple. But isn't it funny how that little bitty element right there can add so much? But when you look at it, like, my eye is completely drawn to that little paper clip now. But I also pulled my butterfly off in the process. It's all good. Sticks right back down. But then so did my finger. Oh. Okay, it's all good now. Tweezer it down. I live with glue on my hands and fingers. Whether it's with this or something in the classroom, or my son and I just finished a school project. I had glue on my hands from that. It's always something glue. But here is my finished page. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe and follow us at Creative Faith and Friends Podcast.